On? All right, it is now 1:30. We are going to begin today's proceedings before the City of Palatka Special Magistrate. My name is Ron Brown. I am an attorney licensed in the state of Florida and have been appointed by the City Commission of the City of Palatka pursuant to state statute and city code to preside over today's proceedings. What we have today is what is called a quasi-judicial proceeding. It is not a formal court of law, but we will use some of the techniques and rules of evidence that apply in courts of law, but we're even not bound entirely by those rules of evidence. What we have to do is follow reasonable procedures to make sure that we satisfy due process, to give everyone a chance to be heard and to hear the charges against the property, and then any responses that the owners of the property may wish to make. So it's not a terribly formal proceeding, but we do have a certain protocol we want to employ just to make sure we have a very clear record in case there may be an appeal of the proceedings today. The recording secretaries over here will make a recording of today's procedure, and that recording will become a part of the official records of the proceeding. The city will begin by making a statement of their case. They will cite the sections of the city code they believe have been violated and the evidence they have to support that. The respondents who are here will have a chance to respond to those cities' allegations, present any testimony and evidence that they wish to present, and any arguments they wish to have. And you may ask questions of the city staff, and they may ask questions of you. I may have questions regarding what's going on. Most of these are pretty straightforward. The only thing that we ask with regard to the proceedings is that we wait our turn. We like to make sure that everybody has a chance to be heard, but we want to make sure everybody's understandable, and we can't do that very well. Voices are on top of other voices. So we'll try to maintain a little bit of order with that regard, but rest assured, we'll take as long as necessary to make sure everybody has a chance to have their say regarding the matter that's before us. What happens in these proceedings is basically the city's going to come up and say there's a violation of the sections of the code, and they'll present their evidence. The city's evidence and paperwork is presented on the screens that are to your right and left. If you have difficulty reading those, please let us know. We'll try to accommodate that, but it'll all be right there. If any of the respondents have any evidence that they wish to present, we'll be glad to take that, but we will keep it as a part of the official record of today's proceedings, and the clerk will make sure that that is maintained. So it's fairly straightforward. One of the things that we do require, and one of the things that the courts take a look at when looking at these proceedings, is whether the evidence is what's called substantial and competent. And one of the requirements of substantial and competent evidence is that it be sworn. So I'm going to ask that all those who will be testifying today to please stand and raise your right hand and take the following oath. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you will give today shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And we have our code enforcement officer and 3 respondents who are here today. And each of them has indicated that they accept and affirm the oath. So what we're going to do is call the cases. We take them with those who are present first and in the order in which they arrived. And the first to arrive today is the case 2021-046, Sonny C. and Ronald B. Miller. And I believe the Millers are here. Are you Sonny Miller? Please come up and step to the microphone up here. Yeah. Yeah. Right there, there's a microphone. And make sure you get it close to you so you can be heard. These masks don't help with understanding and voice. And Mr. Green is going to be taking the case for the city. Mr. Green?
Yes, sir. Mr. Sonny Miller at 524 South 17th Street. The violations are 3171 windows, 30-169 building fronts and abutting streets, rotting and deteriorating wood, 3170 rear sidewalls, paint peeling off walls. It was overgrown grass, but they got the grass cut, Mr. Brown. Okay. So we're gonna start with 2A for the pictures. Rotten and deteriorating wood.
So the overgrown grass has been taken care of. So
yes,
there's
sir.
Compliance on number 1.
Yes, sir.
That's good news. Thank you. Is there compliance on anything else?
No, sir.
All right. So as I understand the city's position, we have an alleged violation of section 30-171 regarding broken windows.
Yes, sir. The 2A, we're going to begin with deteriorating wood.
Okay, are the windows still broken?
Yes, sir.
Hang on, let's take them one at a time. I want to make sure I got a record.
Okay.
And what I'll do, I'll just make sure everybody understands the code and section involved. 30-171 of the city code provides that every broken, cracked, or missing window should be repaired or replaced with glass. And can you tell me about the window, Mr.
Yes,
Green?
sir. It's 7A.
Okay,
That's the 30th of July. And the next one is August 6th.
okay, for the record, Mr. Green is referring to some photographs provided by the city. These photographs look like they were taken, second one on August 6, 2021.
Yes, sir, and it's still broken.
And the other one on June 30th, 2021, showing a broken window in the
Yes,
upper
sir.
second floor of the house.
Yes, sir.
Are any other broken windows in the house?
No, sir.
Okay.
Clarification. It's July 30th was the first picture, wasn't it, David?
June 30th.
Okay.
All right. What's the second violation? So we're looking at rotten and deteriorating wood and
Yes, sir.
okay, hang on one second. Second 30-169 of the code provides that every such part of a structure visible from a public right-of-way or abutting a street shall be made structurally sound. Rotten or weakened portions shall be removed, repaired, or replaced in a manner compatible with the rest of the structure or to match the original materials and construction techniques. All exposed wood should be stained or painted. Every part should be cleaned of graffiti, litter, dirt, or other debris. Where surfaces were once painted or stained, not more than 10% of the surface may be free of paint or stain. So show us our violation with
Yes, sir.
regard to
That's
section
2A. That's the
169.
right side of the house if you're facing it. It's the decking and the railing. It needs to be taken up and replaced.
Which street does this house, this side
Uh,
face?
South 17th Street.
But it faces the street, my question.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
And in this picture, it should be 2B, and that was taken 8/6, and it's the same way.
Okay,
And the next picture is 3A. That's the left side of the house. The decking.
okay. And show me where the rotten wood is there.
It's circled right here.
Oh, I see. Very good. Thank you. This is on the porch, second story porch.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And that's taken 8/6, the same way.
This is also a second story porch.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's another example of the rotten and deteriorating wood and deteriorating paint
Okay.
and the fashion. And that's the 6. That's 8/6, the same way.
And all these face one of the two streets?
Yes, sir. The face is on 17th Street.
17th Street, very good.
Yes, sir. And that's facing Creel.
Okay.
And also the ceiling of the porch is falling out, as you can see.
Just on the north or south side of Krill?
South side Creel.
South side.
And that's the 6th. That's August 6th.
This is missing roofing.
Yes, sir. The roofing fell out and the deteriorating wood still.
Anything else?
We already went over the wonders. And one more. The overgrown grass is gone. Keep coming. Yeah. No, go back where you was coming.
We'll go to paint.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We
There's
already
a
got the
third
paint.
violation regarding a violation of sections 30-170, painting, peeling off the walls.
Yes, sir.
That provision, which says rear and side walls of all structures should be repaired and painted to present a neat and fresh appearance. Rear walls should be painted to cover evenly. Paint peeling off or stucco to present an even uniform surface.
Yes, sir.
So this is a rear and side wall of the
Yes, sir.
structure?
Yes, sir. Go back to, that's it right there.
Okay.
That's a painting. And then the next one is 8/6. The same way. That's more of the painting.
Okay. All right.
And then we have the roofing.
And this is a roof over a porch.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay? Or are you looking? For
That's
some-
the roof over the bike. of
Okay.
the house.
That's rotted? Is that
Yeah.
correct? It's rotted?
Yes, sir.
I just need an oral record. I
Yes,
wanna
sir.
Make sure we got a statement.
I didn't hear you.
Okay.
That's 6:30 and the next one's 8:06.
So is the city looking, one moment, the city's looking to have the rotted wood replaced?
Yes, sir.
The
Replace,
broken window
replace.
replaced?
Yes, sir.
And the paint?
Paint replaced with either sanding or pressure washing or in a smooth, even coat of paint.
They don't have to repaint the whole house if they can match the paint?
The whole house needs painting.
Well, can they get by with not painting the whole house, or the whole house must be painted?
The
to meet
whole
the
house
code?
will be painted.
Okay, Ms. Miller, your chance.
Wow. I didn't think about that part. It's
Yes,
not
ma'am.
bad at all.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Really, I was just shocking, just like, okay. Which is, oh, I'm sorry.
And she was what's make sure not only are you heard in the room, but also that you're heard on the record.
Yes.
She's making a recording.
Yes.
Okay.
If you
They
don't
got 3
mind-
charges. Tell me what you think about the broken window situation.
Broken windows. I think some kids, this one, because I didn't record that part. So I just leave it back. That part is the, I know, now I know, I never paid attention to when I walking, just see. the
Well,
front.
hang on, let's stay on the broken window. I just want to make sure we have each of them taken.
Sorry.
So is there a problem? I mean, do you have any question of whether the window's broken or?
I think when we remove things or the move things when we're coming, the kids use the BB gun or something to do that. They think that, I don't know.
Well, and that's fine, whatever may have caused it. But the city's position is, as I understand, is that it still needs to be repaired. Is there a
Definitely.
problem with that? Okay,
Just take time because my husband's 82 years old. I'm old enough. So over 75.
Well,
so.
and I appreciate what you're saying. I'm a little bit familiar with some of the homes here. I'm a native of Palatka, and I've seen some of these older homes, and they're pretty expensive to maintain.
It is.
But the code has a provision in it requiring the replacement of broken windows. And what they're asking is that as property owners, you do that. Okay, so that's where they are with this. That's why I'm asking you if you have any problem with trying to replace it. I can't guarantee nobody's going to try to shoot it again if that's what happened. But let's look at a different situation. The second one had to do with rotten and deteriorating wood. And they presented a number of pictures showing where the porches, for example, perhaps the balustrades, but the roofing on this porch, this side clapboard siding here, it's pretty rotten. That's pretty significant, it looks to me. Is this your house? I mean, this is your house and you understand this damage, is that correct? Do you know
Yes.
this damage exists?
Yes.
Okay.
But on my social, the incomes, only on the $1,000 really is take a lot of time to do it. And
Okay. Well,
it's.
and
you gotta
all I'm
save
trying,
money.
and understand where we are today. The only jurisdiction I have under the law is to listen to the city's complaint and their proof regarding whether there's a violation of their code. And then if there's a violation, I can establish that violation and then give a time for compliance. And in the event there's no compliance, then a fine can set in. And that fine can become a lien against the property. And that's how this process works. So I just wanted you to understand, I don't have the jurisdiction to settle issues as to why this happened or your personal, legal, or financial situation. The only thing I can do today is determine whether there's a violation or not. If the city wants to work with you on some time or other issues, that's something that's entirely within their purview, but it is not something I have jurisdiction to deal with. Hope you understand that. That's all we're here today to take a look at. But right now, unless you've got something to tell me that this isn't true, that the wood isn't rotten and
Some
doesn't
of
need to
it,
be repaired,
yes.
that's what I'm looking at. Well, let's take a look at the paint peeling off the walls. Mr. Green seemed to indicate that the paint needs to be redone because it is peeling. I don't, I'll leave it up to y'all to sort out whether you have to repaint the whole house or not. He seems to think you need to repaint the whole house. The code provides that it needs to be pretty close together in color and tone and texture so that it doesn't look splotchy or somehow different in its shading.
The
And
picture
this
is
is
very
basically a
clear.
white house in terms of what's going on. Is there a question in your mind that the paint's peeling and needs to be redone?
Yes, so when the first we do the painting, we hired someone to do that. They're painting the whole house. They didn't take out the old paint out. They just paint the over. So easy to paint when they come out. Really the wood, this part is like washing room. Because
Are you now living in this house? Are you
We-
living in this house?
right now, I'm just thinking about I didn't live in the house and my son living in this house. So his
So are you
was-
renting? No,
We
it's
don't have
empty. Is the
any.
house empty?
My son living in the
Oh, your son
house.
lives there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's by himself. He helped me to take care of this house. And which is for this under this COVID things, he can find a job, but he's teaching the students computer,
Well, I'm no expert on house repair, although I've done this work for about 33 years in representing cities and municipalities in code enforcement. And I can tell you from my experience, it's probably going to take a professional contractor to fix this, to fix it correctly. It looks like a very nice house. It looks like it has some value, but it certainly looks like it also
Yes.
needs some care and attention. The city is asking for 60 days to give you a chance to comply with this. And the reason that the reason it got this far is that they've been trying to work with you, I think, previously, and they just need to get some progress.
this house is over 150 years old, and quite a history, the value. We have living in this house for past 40 years. So we would like to restore this house. But it will take a huge amount of money. My ex is 82, which is and I'm 77. My Social Security income only is under 1,000. So I wish the government or cities has a special program can help. I really need the help for redo all the things, not only 60 days. I wish you can give me that little bit more time. I don't know the rest of what I can do. If I can borrow money for many ways.
And again, I wish I could give you help with getting a remedy for that. Like I said, my only authority is to make a decision whether there's a violation or not. And right now, looking at what the city is showing me, unless you have something else, there is a violation with the broken window. There is a violation with the rotten and deteriorating wood, and there is a violation with the peeling paint that needs to be addressed. And the city's code provides for that, and the state law for code enforcement allows this proceeding. And let me tell you, just so you know, unless you have something else, I will enter an order that finds that there are 3 violations regarding section 30-171, 30-169, and 30-170 of the city code. The city's asked for 60 days for compliance. Now, nothing negative happens within that 60 days. However, on the 61st day, which looks like it's going to be, Corinne, do you have the 61st day?
61st day is October 18th. It falls on a weekend.
So it'll be, which,
October 18th on Monday.
a Monday?
Yes, sir.
Starting on October 19th, a fine of $25 a day will begin to accrue.
75,
How much?
75.
75?
Yes, sir.
Well, hang on. This one said, I'm sorry, it said 100 at the beginning. It's
Yes, sir.
75.
The overgrown grass was taken off.
You want 75?
Yes, sir.
$75 a day.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that accrues every day. Now, what will happen next is that after a period of time, it can be 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. It'll probably happen pretty quickly. The city has the right under the law to come back to a hearing. You'll get another notice, and to have a lien created and have that lien recorded on the public records, and it is a lien against the property. After that, if the lien is not paid, the city can then come back for a third time and ask for an order to have the city attorney foreclose that lien in a judicial proceeding. So the point of all that is to motivate the property owner. So that's where this is at this point. And I know you have some difficulties with that, and I wish, again, I could be of some help in alleviating that. My suggestion would be that you stay in touch with Mr. Green with regard to any progress that you can make on the property and let him know what's going on so that you can try to address the situation. I know it's a fine old house. I also know fine old houses can be extremely difficult to maintain with regard to this. And I'm sure they'll be glad to work with you in trying some kind of repairs in there to at least get the violation cleared. But again, that's not something I can decide. That's something they can decide. My job today is only to determine whether there's a violation. And regrettably for you, there are 3 violations here. Anything else you'd like to add?
I just need a lot of help. That kind of money for the leader income.
And I appreciate what you're saying. I wish I could tell you that property ownership was free. Unfortunately, it's not. It is the responsibility of the property owner to maintain the property. And it is difficult sometimes.
Special painting the house that you're talking about, the painting the whole house. I think that's many years ago, 20, 30 years ago, just over 20 years ago. It cost me
Well,
$7,000.
again, I can't speak for what the city's going to do.
That's
My
a lot
suggestion
of
would be
money.
is that you work with them as much as possible on compliance to see what you can get. What they're looking for, usually things don't get to me until efforts at compliance really haven't worked out very well, and they're having to come in and provide what we will call additional motivation to see if they can get that done. They're looking for some progress on this. Right now, you're going to get an order in the mail and by certified letter that's basically going to say you've got until October 18th to get compliance. Like I said, it's up to the city to decide what to do next, but you need to see what you can do. Let me tell you this, once this becomes a lien, the only people that can fix that is the city commission. So it's important that you keep them apprised and make some progress. Okay? Anything else? Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming today. We will send you a letter. The city will send you a letter to the 524 South 17th Street address. That's the correct address for your mail.
Yes, sir.
And at 32177. Okay.
I had a request. The place gave me enough time to redo it because the first part, I need to borrow the money to do it. That's it. I know. I have no way to do it.
Well, again, work with the city, work with them, see what you can do. I wish I could have a
Thank you.
different answer for you, but I just don't have any authority to do anything else at this point. Okay.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to present this?
Please, and give it to our clerk, please. That was what you read?
Oh, no, if you can email it for us, that'd be fine. This is what you sent today.
Well, you need to keep what she presented today.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's the same letter. That's why I was asking. Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you. And then we'll keep these following the way.
Okay, thank you very much. Our next case is Patricia Walker, the location of the property 501 North 3rd Street, case number 2021-37. And the respondent is present. Thank you for coming today. Ms. Walker, you've seen some of the previous proceedings.
Yes.
The city has a much smaller roster of violations here, specifically section 30-32A of the code, prohibited conditions and public nuisances. Mr. Green?
Yes, sir. This is case 2021-037, Patricia Walker, 501 North 3rd Street in Palatka, Florida. The one violation is 30-32A, trash and debris in front yard.
And just for the record, I think we have that provision of the code.
Should be a highlight.
Yeah, 30-32A, prohibited conditions and public nuisances. The city's code provides that it shall prohibit accumulation of trash, junk, or debris, living and non-living plant material, hazard trees, and stagnant water, grass, weeds, brush, and branches, and other overgrowth, and the existence of all other objectionable, unsightly, or unsanitary matter, materials, and conditions on improved property. So, Mr. Green, tell us about what you found there and your proof of that.
Just we go to 1A, Aaron.
Can we skip this part and I can just say
Okay,
that
hang on.
now I
One at a time. Let him talk and you can talk all you want.
Okay, that's 7-1. That's a front porch.
Okay, back, help me with this. Is this inside or outside the house?
It's outside.
It looks like it's behind some windowsills.
No, it's on the porch.
it's on an
Port?
enclosed
Yes.
port, partially enclosed porch.
One at a time. So this is, that porch is not screened or otherwise closed in.
No, sir. In this picture, Aaron?
Hang on. Vice Chairman Green.
That's on August 6th.
Okay. By the way, did you take all these photographs?
Yes, sir.
Do they actually represent the condition of the property the date you took them?
Yes, sir.
What is this picture?
That's the same picture as the porch. That's the yard.
Okay, this is the front yard.
Yes, sir.
This faces 3rd Street,
Yes, sir.
North 3rd Street. And so is all that we see there need to be removed?
Yes, sir. Well, she's moved that.
I'm sorry?
She's moved that.
She moved that part.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
what's the current violation?
On the porch?
So the porch is the violation?
Yes, sir.
So all the, keep,
The truck is
Aaron.
gone also.
so
And
all,
that's-
all this here is moved off.
On the,
of
yes,
the-
yes,
of
sir.
the-
Everything in the yard is gone except the porch. It's
So the only thing left is the porch.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you, the section of the code 30-32A talks about trash and debris in the front yard.
Yes, sir.
So is this still in the front yard?
I would consider the front yard.
Okay, she took everything out of the yard,
Yes, sir.
put it on the porch. You got some about the, oh, hang on.
No, sir. It was like that. She didn't figure out the yard and put on the porch. The porch and the yard was like that at the same time.
Okay, but she's cleaned up the yard.
Yes, sir.
So what's left is the porch.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Walker, what about that?
The porch doesn't look like that anymore
Oh, you,
either.
when did you clean it?
Yesterday, I most of the day yesterday because it was
All right.
raining.
Did you call him about that?
No,
All right.
I didn't have a chance because by the time I got done, it was like 5:30.
All right. Well, here's where we are. If that is true, there may not be a problem.
There's still some more that needs to be done,
Okay,
but
yeah, I can say yes. I drove by there today and there's still some there.
Well, here's the good news. You're telling me it's done.
it's not 100%, but it's much
All
better.
right. How long will it take you to get the rest of it off?
I don't know. Here's my situation. I mean, I'm still not happy with the yard. I mean, he's happy with my yard. I'm not.
What would you like to have done to your yard?
There's more I want to do.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm
Nothing to make him unhappy. You just
no,
want to,
no,
okay.
no. I'm so happy my son finally got his truck out of my driveway
Okay.
yesterday. I was doing a jig out in the yard. My situation is I work 2 jobs right now. COVID put me, I had to close my business. I had a 6,000 square foot antique store. And that's where a lot of this, all the stuff in the driveway and the yard that was the original complaint were things.
Those were antiques. Is
They,
that what you're
they
telling
ended
me?
up there because I lost my storage. One of my storage buildings sold. And so a lot of things ended up in my yard and on my porch. I have just yesterday, I'm in the process of negotiating a facility where I can take all my stuff and do one sale,
So how much time will you need to solve this problem?
30 days.
Okay. You're in luck because that's what the city wanted to give you to solve this
Yay.
problem. In regard. So what I'm going to do, for the sake of the record, I'm going to find there is a small violation left on the front
Thank
porch.
you.
The city was asking for 30 days to resolve the problem, which again will be the end of business on October 18th. As long as you've got it off there by October 18th.
That's 60 days.
I'm sorry,
That would be 60 days. It'd be September
Um,
18th.
September, I'm sorry, what's 30?
It would be September 15th and the fines would start September 16th.
Right, so if you got till September 15th in a business, let David know before then,
Okay,
so he can come out and take a look at it. If you do that, this goes away.
okay.
You're going to get an order that says there was a violation. You got 30 days to fix it. But if this takes care of it,
That's
you
fine.
call David, have him come out and take a look at it. If he's satisfied, this will go away. You don't need to come back. It'll end. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful impetus for me because I've been
And-
suffering from depression and this has been like, okay, we got to get over this and get this.
Well, aren't
done.
you in the North Historic District over there?
I am.
You know, you must be pleased to be over there.
I am. I love
Yes.
my neighborhood. I love my neighbors and I'm
Whose house
surprised
was this originally? Do you know?
that, actually, the Woods lived there for a long time before they moved into the home next door to me. So
It's an interesting neighborhood.
it
Um,
is. It's a great neighborhood. I love it. And
Yeah.
I'm really happy my neighbors are putting
All right.
up with me. and-
Well, help him out with this. And again, make sure Mr. Green has the information that you need. All he wants to know is it's gone and in compliance. You got 30 days to take care of that.
Thank you.
Okay? All
I'll
right,
get
thank
it.
you.
Thank you much.
All right. That being the end of our agenda today, we are going to declare these proceedings adjourned. And thank you very much. Aaron, do you have some orders?